York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams.
What's going on? This is Jay Ellis from the Knick of Time Show here, giving you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And the Knicks go on another winning streak. You got back-to-back wins on my Drake stuff because we just beat Toronto 119-106. Hold up, first, let's give it up. Let's give it up to the warrior of the night, Julius Randle, who had a bad knee and said, I'm playing. And what did he do? Damn near gave you a triple-double with 20 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists, and only 2 turnovers on the night. Jalen Brunson does Jalen Brunson things, lights it up from 3, sets up his teammates, and it gives you 22 points, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds. RJ chips in with 15 points, quickly gives you 10 points, but it's those other Villanova boys who came to play. Josh Hart, after talking about he didn't know what his role is, he found his role today and gave you 17 points and 8 rebounds worth of roles, all right? And Hart And Divincenzo, the big ragu, gives you 21 points and 7 from 9 from 3. This man is on fire. He's shooting 70% from 3. He's going crazy right now. The Knicks had 30 assists on the night. The Knicks had 53 points off the bench. And the Knicks are just balling right now. And this is impressive because to me, this is off of a back-to-back landing in Toronto at 2 a.m. with, like Dexter said yesterday, you got to go through all these weird customs that nobody wants to go to, but the Knicks pushed through and we won. I'm going to talk about it all. The good, the bad, and the good, because it's not that much bad to talk about, so let's get to it. Shout out to the Latin assassin, ESPN contributor Lee Escobedo, my man with the stats and the facts, Ryan G in the building, and
Yes,
Rookie of the Year, Ebony, D1 College Baller. What's good, y'all? Good win. You good? You good, Ebony? Yeah, she's good. She's good. I want to start with Ebony. I got a question because to me, I felt like everything changed in the third quarter. We started off tied, right? But I noticed the defensive intensity ratcheted up. I seen Mitch. I seen your boy, Ebony, your boy. I seen Mitch closing out on 3-point shooters multiple times. I seen Grimes wake up and start to lock up Scotty Barnes a little bit. I saw Grimes even go on a little bit of a run. I saw Jalen Brunson give a 4-point play. Back-to-back 4-point plays. This man, Jamal Crawford. I saw Josh Hart get 15 points in 4 minutes in the third quarter. Oh, man, these Knicks came to play today. What did you think, Ebony, of the third quarter or the game in general?
I thought all game we played like we made the extra pass today. It was just early in the first half, our defense was there, but we were 2-on-1 a lot of time, guarding the same man. Them getting behind us, and every game again they get behind us on a made basket. We get like 1 or 2 of those every game. So that's stuff we could fix, throughout the season. But I like what I see, so I was like, as long as we're playing like a team, the defense, I know we're a defensive team. I believe that really our identity, a team defensive. We're not that, overwhelming, I guess, one-on-one. When you mean to locking up somebody one-on-one, we play a great team scheme, helping with each other and playing towards helps and things of that nature. But I love what I see. The third quarter, the defense, they started locking up. Yep. It was nothing. I went to the Raptors space for a little bit, and they were praising our team, y'all. So for all those who think the sky's always falling and that we're so far. The Raptors fans, they was like they ready to trade their bench for ours. So
hell
like,
no.
Nah, I'm good. No. Exactly. But I love the defensive intensity. I love that they definitely did. That was the difference between the game because we got out assisted, out rebound, and we still won the game.
We got out of how many assists did they have?
They had 33. They moved the ball too.
Woo.
Yes, they moved the ball too. So the difference was they weren't able to hit 3-pointers at all.
Right.
And what they go six, what is it? 6 for 32, y'all. They shot 18.8%. I know they shot bad, but I didn't know it's that bad.
Yeah, it's that bad.
But yeah, if you can't hit the 3, you can't beat the Knicks. That's what I think.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Well, the Raptors are the fourth best assist team on the league. But to your point, Ebony, the Knicks are the fourth best defensive team in the league. So yeah, there you have it. We clamped it down when we had to. We played defense when we had to. We cleaned up the offensive rebound, but at the end of the day, we still got that win. Lee, what you thinking, man? How you feeling, man?
There's a reason why I haven't gotten too up or too down course of this season. I said it from a jump. I think we're 50 burgers guaranteed. I think we're going to win between 52 and 53. And I think we're going to make the Eastern Conference Finals. So in the course of those expectations, if we lose 2 in a row, I don't get too shook. We win 4 in a row, I don't get too shook. This is a team that we should have beat. What I didn't expect was for it to be so lopsided. I mean, this is a team that we've started with because of their size and their length. They have like 4 or 5 guys that all do kind of the same things, that are able to operate in every area of the floor and give you fits on defense. And we really like had the foot on the gas for the entire game. So it was great for us to have a matchup that is usually considered detrimental for us because of how Brunson has struggled in size in the past. We didn't see that tonight. He was unbelievable. Let me tell you right now, man, we got a superstar on this team. I'm willing to debate anyone, anywhere, anytime about Jalen Brunson being a superstar. He is, and the Knicks fans should be lucky and thankful we got one, because he's not just a superstar in the first quarter, he's a superstar in the fourth.
I said it all last year. I did not say it this year yet, and I'm tripping. It's a bro for me for not saying it this year. But all last year, I keep saying future all-star Jalen Brunson. That man is a baller. He's an automatic bucket. I said it on Twitter. I get surprised when he doesn't make shots anymore. And the way he's shooting the 3 ball right now, it's freaking unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And there was a part, like in the playoffs, I was hoping that he can play a little bit off ball more. And we started doing that with Julius Randle a little bit more this season. And now he's not. Now he's hitting catch and shoot threes on top of hitting this ridiculously high percentage in pull-up threes. I'm going off memory. I think it's 44% on pull-up threes for Jalen Brunson and 41% on pull-up threes for Emmanuel Quickly. And the passing is coming along. I'm starting to see more 8 assist games coming back to back to back. It's all coming along. He's moving in the right direction. Jalen Brunson is amazing, man. That dude is incredible, dude. Like, I hope you guys are really appreciating what we have right now, because we've been starving for this type of shot making on this team for years, since Melo left. It's ridiculous to me.
They don't, Jay. Twitter doesn't appreciate it. There's so many bum-ass voices, loud voices that run spaces and that have their own podcasts that say the most asinine crap on a night-to-night basis about how miserable his team is, how Leon Rose is a bum, how Tom Thibodeau is a penguin. Like, come on, man. Like, listen, these people have flaws because they're human beings. Leon Rose has no experience as a front office GM. Tibbs has had some rough starts in Minnesota, some bad years in Chicago, some bad years in New York. Overall, this organization, for the first time under Dolan, runs with competence. Dolan is in the background. When he needs to sue, he sues. But for the most part, he lets the people who he hired do their job, and that hasn't been the case in the past. But you couldn't tell by hopping on Knicks Twitter. You either have people on their knees waiting for their Nets turn in the intern line and go in there and blow off James Dolan, or you got some bum-ass and negative haters talking about R.J. Barrett's crap, Quentin Grimes, the bum, Mitch Robinson. We need someone who can shoot a 3. Julius Randle is like insane. But this is the best team I've ever seen in my entire life.
This team is
I'm not
incredible.
saying this team is a championship team yet, because they're not. But this team can make the finals. They might lose in 4. They might lose in 5. They can make the finals, because the 8th seed last I checked, a play-in team went to the finals last year. Why not us?
Why not us, man? And you know what I'm realizing too? Sometimes there's something called a loud minority. And I'm even guilty. So it's sometimes like the 5 or 10 people are so rancid and hateful. You think that's everybody, and then you do a poll, and then you realize it's like 10 people.
10 bums at that.
Yeah, so because you see that, and then you look around, and then you see people rocking Brunson shirts and Brunson jerseys. So I feel like the majority, the cheering fans are appreciating what Jalen Brunson is bringing, and y'all should, because we haven't had this type of production from the point guard spot in a very long time. Flaws and all. Yeah, Ryan G, man, what you got?
Well, Lee definitely went on the tangent that I was gonna go on, so I'm just gonna add
Keep
a
it
little
going,
bit
bro.
to
Keep it
it. But yeah, this to me, this was a big win tonight, not in the sense of the Raptors being a great team this season, because the Raptors are 9-11, but a great win in the sense of this is a team that the Knicks traditionally struggle with.
Yes.
Last season, the Raptors took 3 or 4 from the Knicks. So seeing the Knicks go into Toronto with less size than they had last season and to beat up on the Raptors like they did tonight,
Very good point.
to me, that's a big win, especially coming off of a back-to-back, like you said earlier, Jay, where they had to go into Toronto, go into Canada, go through customs, come in late at night and have to prepare for a game the next day and win like this. This is a great win for the Knicks tonight. And I think for me, the major X factor tonight was Josh Hart in that third quarter. Because when Josh Hart went on that scoring run in the third quarter, I think he scored 15 points.
15 points in the third quarter.
In the third quarter, that pretty much sealed the game for the Knicks right there. The Knicks were able to go on a run and pretty much hold the Raptors at bay from that point on, later on to later on in the game, and when they were able to win. And this is what I wanted to point out, because I am tired of Knicks fans acting like this team is 7-12, and there has to be a major change to be made for the Knicks to get back to winning ways. This team is 12-7. And the fact that like on top of that, they don't like to acknowledge that there's growth in our coach. You know, they're so stuck in their ways, and they're always stuck on trying to find something to fill their narratives. They fail to point out the positives of this team. Like, if you've noticed in the past, Thibs had his set rotations. Thibs was unwilling to change them. He had his set starting lineup. He had his set rotations in the fourth quarter where he put all his starters back there, no matter who's playing well. If a bench player's playing well, he would put them on the bench and go back with his starters, even if the starters are playing bad. If you look at the Knicks rotations this season, Thibs does not stick to a solid fourth quarter closing lineup. Thibs goes by who's playing hot at the moment. Like tonight, he closed out with Josh Hart, who was playing well from that third quarter. He closed out with Dante DiVincenzo, who was hot from 3, along with Brunson, Randall, and Mitch. Other times this season, Thibs closed out with Quickly in the lineup. At other times this season, he went to RJ Barrett. And the fact that he changed up his closing lineups based on who's hot to close out games, I don't know why so many people are clamoring for Grimes to be sat on the bench and replacing the starting lineup for another player. It's like, what does that really do when this season Thibs is going with the right closing lineups to end games? You would think that the closing lineups to end games would be more important than who starts Changing a start is not going to change anything. It's not going to be no major difference. What matters is who closes the damn games. And the team is 12-7 right now. There's no reason to be on there has to be some major change made.
Yeah.
The team is playing well at the moment. Shut your ass up and enjoy the ride.
It's contagious.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, listen, Grimes played 15 minutes of the other game. He started. He played 15. He's giving them the Elfrid Payton treatment right now. He's giving the Elfrid Payton treatment. For guys who don't know what the Elfrid Payton treatment is, back in the day when Elfrid Payton was starting, and we were talking about the Knicks, he would start Elfrid Payton and then bench him later, and that's kind of what's happening with Grimes. And to Ryan's point, he is playing who's hot. And the big ragu has been a flamethrower. All right. The big ragu is not playing games. 21 points. I don't even know what this number is. I don't even know what 7 to 10. Okay, I feel like shout out to my guy. He got the numbers a little bit messed up. It's okay, but 7 to 10 field goal percentage. He shot 70% from 3. Dante DiVincenzo. And needless to say, he's extremely comfortable right now. More comfortable than he was at the beginning of the season, offensively and defensively. And I'm noticing like a stark difference. I feel like they're looking for him. Anthony, I feel like you want to say something.
Definitely I feel a difference between the amount of touches between if you're talking about Dante and Grimes.
Yeah.
Grimes got one shot the whole half, I believe it was. He went 0 for 1.
Mm-hmm.
And how much did he get at the end? Yeah, 4 points and 1 for 3, 0 for 2.
Me and Ebony be noticing.
Huh?
Me and Ebony be noticing the same. I'm looking at the way they look for Dante versus the way they look for Grimes. Like I noticed there was a play where Grimes was like kind of open and then Brunson dribbled and then looked his way.
And then give it to Randall. And it was a play where
Randall.
It was a play that Randall did the same. But I get it. He's not hitting shots, but I don't know. You just to see the timeline, like when you're on social media, how it's switched on him. Like people have really short memories, like huge short memories. Got to remember that a lot of people didn't even want RJ here. You got to remember that people were talking about trading Mitch for everybody and anybody. Mm-hmm. You got to remember that quickly started off slow and people were dogging him so much that he was blocking folks. So it's not the first young person to struggle. It's early in the season. This could really just be a slump.
Yeah.
Now, if it's not and it continues, then we'll talk about it. But right now, as of right now, this is just a slump. It could be really a slump. He was getting his rhythm before the injury, and now it's back to, I guess, trying to find it again and his confidence. So,
yeah,
killing the kid. I know they're like, oh, you can't coddle him. I know on the flip side, RJ, they was talking about he's only 21, he's only 22 and things of that nature. So everybody has gotten a little grace from certain people. It's nothing new.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely agree with everything Ryan was saying. And Lee, it's definitely not who starts, it's who finishes. When you have a team like this, any given night, somebody else can go off.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be IQ, it could be Dante, it could be Josh Hart, it could be all of them some games. But this is what having a team does. It gives you where you don't have to do it all. Josh Hart had 15 points straight, y'all.
It just takes one game to switch it off, man. Because everybody was talking about Josh Hart for about a month. A month. Why do we give him the money? Now it's like he talks about himself, and now he's starting to get going. It's like, oh wait, this is the Josh Hart that we saw when we first signed him. Like things can change in an instant. It's a long season. It is a long season. It can change for Grimes. It can change for anybody on this roster. So we gotta. I'm still behind Grimes, but at the same time, I'm enjoying the big ragu. All right.
It doesn't have to be a competition, right? Just enjoy both of your players. They play on your favorite team, supposedly. Enjoy them.
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying how it feels to have, Randall be double teamed or Brunson be double teamed, and we able to kick it out for an open 3, and then the other team is just scared shitless. Like, I'm not used to being on that side of the basketball team. I'm used to being on the other side where I'm scrambling. We're like, oh, scramble there. I'm not used to seeing Dante go 7 for 10 for 3 and then look over the other side and see my elite point guard going like 6 or 7 from 3. I'm not used to seeing that. This is a whole new era of Knicks.
Let's give Tibbs credit for integrating him into the offense pretty smooth and efficiently. It was a lot better integration than what we saw from Isaiah Hartenstein when we signed him. It took about a full 3/4 of a season for him to really get his stride going. Bedradru is flamethrower from the get. Tibbs is giving him the full leash, but go out there and light it up if the hand is hot. And I made a tweet. I didn't surprise it so much love because my tweets don't really get too much love. I just people even think I'm either too hateful, calling people bums all the time, or my takes are trash. But I said that Dante DiVincenzo is who we wanted Evan Fournier to be, and I mean I was stoned on my couch 420 time, and that thought came to me, and I was like, damn, my boy's putting the ball on the floor, getting to the hoop, finally finishing around the rim, the pull-ups from 3. He is probably the most talented and diverse 3-point shooter we have on the team. Side step back, catch and shoot, pull up. He's got he has a whole arsenal of 3-point shots. And for some, I feel like every time we need a 3 to put the foot on the neck, it comes from the big Drew. Like DiVincenzo is so great at just keeping the foot on the gas and crushing these bums, man. I love it. We're really beating the bad teams and blowing out the really bad teams, but he's a big part of that. It's him and Hart off the bench.
Yo, it's neck and neck. It's neck and neck to me who's the best 3-point shooter is because he's definitely the best catch and shoot 3-point shooter on the team. It's without funny question. Because he shoots it fast, but he doesn't shoot it fast at the same time. Like I don't even know how to explain it. Like it's when Grimes shoots it, he's rushing. But when the big Ragu shoots it, he shoots it fast, but he doesn't feel like he's rushing. He looks relaxed. And I don't know, it makes all the world of difference, but he's doing really well. He's shooting the hell out of that ball. Ryan, you have anything to say? Or Ebony? I felt like.
Yeah, I when we got Josh Hart, I had jokingly told on I think it was recap space one time. I had said that I was next we're gonna go get Dante, just playing around because I know those type of plays will fit in any system. Like those are the type of plays that you can plug in any system. So when people talk about who we're going to trade if we ever make moves, if we ever have to make that move, those 2 players are not players that teams will be like, no, I don't want. You hear about how Eric Spoelstra speaks about Josh Hart. He said he didn't want to like him, and it didn't happen. He said he loves the guy. Because as on the court, they're just hard workers. That's all they're going to give you. And when you do that, good things happen.
Yeah,
I think I talked about it on another pod. I said that when Josh Hart doesn't hesitate, good things happen.
Yeah.
When he's not in his head, good things happen. So that when he's not doing that little pump fake or fake pass,
The pump fake.
when he not. No, they want you to shoot it, Josh, so they're not going for it. But now that he's hitting, if he consistently does that, then it can open up the lane for him to do what he wants, which is drive to the basket. But like we mentioned, but Dante, I wanted him from the get-go. I was part of the people like, yo, you're gonna love him. You're gonna love him. Watch before the end of the season, you're going to love him because he's just Josh Hart with the 3-point shot.
Yeah, but now Josh Hart is Josh Hart with 3-point shot.
Go
ahead, Rodney.
Yes.
I just want to add like two quick things right quick. Number one, I want to big up picks for Timmy in the chat because he made a comment earlier which was pretty hilarious, and I wanted to point it out because we're here talking about Josh Hart. And remember how Josh Hart was saying how he doesn't really feel integrated in the offense and things like that. So apparently Josh Hart was hearing all the cries from Knicks Twitter and blah blah blah. And my man said that Josh Hart doubled up on the breast milk for this game, and that's why he came out and scored 50 straight points in the third quarter. And number 2, the Knicks right now are 12-7. I'm going off of memory right now. I don't have the stats in front of me. But since Tibbs has become coach of the Knicks, I think this is the best start the Knicks have had under Tibbs this early in the season.
It is.
I think I'm right on this. I don't have the stats in front of me, but I think this is the best start under Tibbs the Knicks have had since he's been coach.
I don't even have to look. Yeah,
and
it is.
Right. The
we
only
started
thing I
slow.
have with
but yet people are still mad though. That's what I'm trying to say. Like you can't please people.
I got one thing I'm mad about with Tibbs that I wish he would stop doing. Excuse me, is the written script kind of thing. That it seems like when RJ's cooking, it doesn't matter. He still takes him in the middle of while he's cooking, and then it doesn't seem like RJ picks it back up lately. So I that's one thing I just wish he maybe just let him stay until, you know, if the wheel fall off kind of thing, instead of in the middle of his streak. That's it. That's all. But other than that, I see the growth in Tibbs. Definitely.
Yeah.
Let's go.
There was a point. RJ scored the first 7 points in the first quarter. And then he took him out to put him back, so he can play with the second unit like he usually does. Got a little bit nervous because at that time, Randall didn't really start to have it going yet. But Randall actually, you gotta give Randall some love, man. Come on. Gotta give Randall some love.
Oh yeah, you do.
Come on. Like, this dude frustrates you to no end. But then, he has a bad knee and gives you a triple-double, just about. He's 1 assist away from a triple-double. 20 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists. The mid-range looks super automatic all of a sudden. It's crazy because he could not hit anything in the paint for the first month. And now it's mid-range central. Turnaround. It's like automatic at this point.
Yep.
And I know Ebony, me, Ebony, we looking for the foot kick. He's not even doing the foot kick anymore. He's just splashing. He changes technique every week. I don't know if that's the reason why his things be up and down. But whatever technique he's using this week is working. So, and a lot of reason why Josh Hart had those 15 points in that third quarter was because Randall was looking for him and found him. So I'm just gonna give Randall his props, even though defensively he had, it wasn't all the way the best, but luckily we had Grimes and Mitchell Robinson to clean it up for us, and also Jalen Brunson to take some charges too. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm definitely not going to say I'm part of a Julius Randle hive, but I have this season decided to back him during the good and the bad. Because I think overall, when he's hot, he makes us almost an unbeatable team. And tonight he showed the playmaking that I was talking about last season that never really reared its head as much as I wanted it to. But tonight, man, when he, again, Chris Webber, when he doesn't think too much of a shot and he's more of a true read and react, not the Tibbs level, but in actuality, in real time, man, he made some super good passes, especially when it ended the game to Mitch. That I was like, run that play 15
incredible.
times a game. 15 times. I want Mitch and Ihart catching that pass. That is like, because the level of attraction that Randall gets when he drives to the hoop, it has to be one of the highest in the NBA because people know that within 15 feet, that's where he operates the best. That's when he's the most inefficient and dominating. And man, when he's able to find Mitch once he pulls his defender away, that's guaranteed too. The bunnies that Mitch has, he's not getting stopped when he jumps in the air. You might foul him, but there's no way it's going to be 0 points on that attempt. So, Randall, shout out, man. You were really solid in terms of your quickness and responses to your open teammates, and you found them, and you're leading the team in assists. Those are all major positives for me.
Yeah, Randall's playing well. I haven't heard any crazy Randall takes recently. But, we got the Bucks on Tuesday, so hold that thought. What you guys say?
State, I think a lot of negative Twitter gets lumped together. State is not those bums like CP, the artist, and Fat J from Florida. I'm going to say those guys are bums. Their takes are ass. Put me on the record. I'm here, and I'll stand by it. That is not State. State from Harlem has some brilliant observations from time to time. I love his RJ love. And let me tell you about that guy. He was shouting out Randall as Lamar Odom, and I saw the same thing. I thought about that old Lakers team when they had Gasol and Bynum and Fisher and Kobe. Odom, man. Odom was at point forward when Randall's in point forward, and he's efficient. Damn, that's that next level of Knicks ceiling. He takes us to a whole nother level as that third option facilitator.
Shout out about State, and he be flat out telling me now, because I do notice he has some great takes. I'm starting to realize he just be trolling. Yeah. He be trolling. He's
great at it.
I don't think he doesn't mean. I don't think he means half of the crazy stuff he says. He just be trolling.
You know,
Shout out State, man. Good dude.
the one thing I do like about State though is when like the thing I like about State is I think for the most part he is fair about his comparisons, and even if he likes a player, he will call that player out if they're playing bad, because there are some times where, because I know he loves RJ Barrett, and there's sometimes where RJ Barrett is playing bad, he compares to Ruben Patterson. So I'm like, yo, there's times when he definitely fair in his assessments, and that's what I do like about State, and then he adds some comedy behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And low key, he was on KOT's mad early, like early, like he wasn't even on YouTube yet. Early, like so. Shout like,
wow, amazing.
Yeah, he was on.
We gotta get him on the show, bro.
Huh?
I said we gotta get him on the show. I love State.
Stay
Comedy, bro. No one uses GIFs and memes and Marvel characters better than him.
Yo, Boston was up there with him, but I feel like Boston hasn't done it in a while. But Boston was my other guy, the GIF guy. He was like the GIF god for a second. But salute to the chat, man. Shout out to Picks for Timmy Alexander, Robert Rivera Jr. Everybody rocking with the show. I saw somebody else. I saw who's your girl? Pamela be in the chat. I saw Pamela. I saw Glamour Knicks in the chat. Gamer Channel be day one. He be here. Shout out to everybody be holding us down and enjoying the show. Also, shout out to Craig Ward. I see you. If you actually want to talk, there is a Discord link pinned to the top if you have anything you want to say. I'll be forgetting to mention that at the top of the show, but you actually can talk to us and give us your thoughts on the game as well.
I wanted to. Okay, Lee. Sorry.
Ryan, do you see Sherwin? Randall had right now. I don't see Sherwin. Y'all see Sherwin?
Where's Sherwin?
Where's that hate coming from? I don't see it.
Nah, definitely no hate. No Sherwin, no Sandman, none of them tonight.
With Randall, this is the Randall I asked for since he got here. Just to sprinkle in and have a jump shot. He's limiting his 3-point. I think he didn't take his second 3-point or third until like third quarter or so. So he's living, like you said, in that mid range, and Siakam is a good defender, and he made him look little a couple times and frail. He made him look real frail a couple plays. Like, get off me. So I like that. That wears players down. Now you got to play me on. You got to do it on both ends, and we're gonna be physical on defense and offense. And that'll wear a team down. And a lot of teams are not built like us. They don't have somebody to fill in. So putting that type of pressure on a team, they're gonna fold.
Nah.
And add the assist to that, yeah, definitely you're gonna fold.
You're absolutely right. I heard some people chattering though. I heard some people chattering about Anunoby. I'm like, yo, okay, I want to address this. I want to ask you guys, because Anunoby usually averages around 15 points a game. Didn't have a good game today. Obviously, we held him to way under his average. It didn't change my mind about Anunoby. If Anunoby was ever available, I would definitely bring him here. But what do you guys think about Anunoby?
I don't want to. Oh yeah, I go first though, because y'all probably already knew that.
You don't want nobody that's not in a Knick uniform.
I'm good. I told you I'm on my Kanye. I'm good. I'm good.
What about you, Ryan G?
Yeah, my fault. Still under the weather, so I just had like a whole coffee episode. But
oh man,
yeah, with OG, excuse me, well, I mean, tonight against the Knicks, he wasn't impressive. He definitely played bad, so that's definitely a stain on him overall. I do still think the Knicks need a wing type player in that type of mold, a 6'7", 6'8" guy who's long, can guard multiple positions, can shoot the three, and hopefully have some playmaking, abilities as well. Am I against going after OG Anunoby? No. If the right trade comes along, I would still accept him on the team because I still think he fits that mold, but I'm not giving up a lot for him. If the Raptors are going to want like 2 first-round picks plus players, like, no, I'm not going to make that trade. But if the price is cheap enough, it is a player that would take a flyer on to add to the team, just to add that size in the wing that I think the Knicks need.
I already know Lee's what Lee thinks, but I'm gonna just actually just for so everybody else knows what Lee thinks.
Yeah, I'm into it. I don't have a lot of interest in just him, like a package of picks and players for OG. I loved the Bleacher Report one we talked about with George on his pod is my favorite Knicks hypothetical realistic trade I've ever seen it in my entire fandom. They had the Knicks acquiring OG, Moody from Golden State and Gary Payton Jr. from Golden State. That is like that package of 3 players into our rotation. Like I said, there it makes us a dynasty. Not afraid to stand on it with 2 feet. But yeah, just OG. Yeah, I mean, I would do it if it's like Grimes and a pick, but no overpay, no more than 2 picks. If it is 2 picks, we added additional good players, like a Gary Trent or somebody back in that. And you have to choose one, either like one young player or 2 picks. It can't be both if it's just going to be an OG trade. But I think he what he brings, 14 points, 40% from 3, that can slide in immediately to 3, and he can maintain those averages, I think.
Yeah, he ranks out as one of the best defensive wings in the NBA. I think it might be like top 2. I haven't looked at the number. I'm pretty sure Ebony knows the number. I feel like Ebony was talking about it yesterday.
Which the number? What?
About
the numbers for OG?
About the top defensive rated players in the NBA. We was talking about that yesterday. We was talking about how the Timberwolves had
The
6 players in that
Timberwolves
top.
Yeah, that's OD. I didn't expect to see Kyle. I know it's random, but I didn't expect to see Kyle Anderson up there. But he up there.
But OG is also up there as well.
Yeah, he's up there. I'm not sure that I'll look up the list for you.
Jay, I don't know if you noticed, but when how do you say bum in Serbian? Because that Toronto Raptors coach is, man, my guy's ass. He was trying to replicate that. Let me run OG with 4 bench guys the same way Tibbs does. That group was a -10 tonight, by the way. So OG is not RJ.
OG is not RJ, but he does shoot 42% from 3, and he's a top wing. He can defend other wings, and if you hear the Raptors talk about him, they feel lost without him. The only thing is injuries. So like when he's injured, they fall apart. The Raptors fall apart more so than what they fall apart. More so than usual. You know what I mean?
I wasn't so impressed with OG. I really wasn't so impressed. I did, and doesn't he want a bigger role and more money? So I don't. That's the thing. I don't see a bigger role for him. I see exactly what he's doing in Toronto, being the role in New York.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't see a bigger role for him at all. Definitely not.
Agreed.
Definitely not here. If he wants a bigger role, then I don't know. I don't know about that. But the role he's in when he's playing 3, when he's a 3-and-D guy, I'm definitely for that. For sure. For sure. But yeah, I want to talk about something else that hit the news. If anybody else in the chat wants to chime in, you're welcome to do so. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. But I want to talk about DeMar DeRozan. It's kind of been reported that the Miami Heat and the New York Knicks are preferred trade destinations for DeMar DeRozan per Sam Amick. Take that, Kevin Durant, who says Knicks aren't cool. All right, somebody wants to come here. Look at that. All right, and it's interesting. I want to get your thoughts on it. I have my own thoughts. I felt like Knicks were really pulling to have DeRozan here like a couple of years ago. I wasn't really with it. And even when he was balling with the Bulls, I felt like he was a better fit with the Bulls than he was with us. But now that the Bulls are about to blow it up, DeMar wants to come to the Knicks or Miami. How do you guys feel about that? I'll start with Ryan G.
I don't think he's a fit at this moment in time for the Knicks. I think the Knicks need to go for a guy that's going to space the floor. Like I said, on the wing, like a guy that can guard multiple positions, space the floor, also be able to add a little bit of playmaking as well to the Knicks. DeMar DeRozan only fits a few of those. Like DeMar DeRozan will give you playmaking, but And when it comes to spacing the floor, he doesn't do that well because he's not really a prolific 3-point shooter. And also on top of that, he's not really a guy that you would say can guard multiple positions as well. So I think from that standpoint, like DeRozan's a very good player, don't get me wrong. He's a great player, and when he operates in his areas, he's nearly unstoppable. But I just don't think that that's the type of player the Knicks should be going for at the moment. So to me, I see it as a turning point of some sorts. Like, it's great to see that a player of his stature in the league actually would consider coming to the Knicks. If true, like I see that as a turning point for the Knicks, where there might be more players in the future of a stature that'll be like, you know what? I want out of a situation. I want to come to the Knicks. So I see that as a positive. But as for DeRozan, the player actually coming to the Knicks and contributing, like I don't really see him as the type of player that the Knicks need at this moment.
What about you, Lee?
Jay, I feel like me and you agreed completely on this situation. It's a big hell no for me. He's 34. He's posting a career worst defensive rating. They believe it's at around 118. So I mean that's a traffic cone zone area. We don't need to add that. Again, him, Brunson, Randall, RJ, they all operate in the same spots on the floor. They're all operating, starting catching the ball at the elbow and then making their move downhill or doing a turnaround or some ISO move. So we don't need more crowding in the front court. It doesn't make sense. Also, he is a closer, but we got one in Brunson. And closing is probably one of the best things that DeRozan gives you. So he would give you another option there, but it's like the same spots that he wants to play and choose from. That's where Brunson is too. So let's pass on that and keep our chips and hold on till we get a bigger fish.
Yeah. Yo, I'm looking at his numbers now, actually. I don't want him, but there's certain things I'm seeing that I didn't expect. I would say that. Because first of all, he's been a mid-range assassin his whole career. Right now, he is shooting below average in the mid-range, which is one of those things that make you go, like, what's that about? He's shooting below average, like 35th percentile in all mid. The long mid, which is like his bread and butter, he's shooting a little bit below average. And then you're looking at the three, he's shooting 43% from the corner three, which is interesting. Very interesting. Weird year for DeMar DeRozan. But it's funny. Jalen Brunson's, like, if Jalen Brunson and RJ Barrett, though Jalen Brunson is for sure real. If RJ Barrett can shoot threes as well, I'm less concerned about that. But the defense to me is still the big swing factor for anybody that comes here. Everybody we talk about, I go, how does he look next to Jalen Brunson? Can he defend when Jalen Brunson can't defend? Like, can he pick up? Can he be a good team defender and a good point of attack defender? Because that's what we need. We need point of attack defense next to Jalen Brunson. So anybody that I want here has to be good at point of attack defense. That's just how I see it. All right, but that's a no for me, dog. Like Lisa.
You already know. It's a no. That time has passed. The time where it might have been like, okay, cool. That's not it. We everybody's mentioned we have 3 players that play in this spot that's his strength. I can hear Clyde. The space in the Knicks tonight is ghastly. I can hear it.
Love it.
So no, I'm good. That it's just we complain about spacing now. What?
Right.
What? So no. It might look good on paper, but no.
And
touches. Wait, real quick. Surprisingly, guess who's number 1 in defensive rating player? Watch, you never guess.
Well, on the Knicks?
No, a period in the league. Because I looked at the list.
Who?
The updated. Kyle Anderson.
What?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Kyle Anderson. And second is Patrick Beverly. This the advanced leader stats and defensive rating.
Oh, yes. Wow. Patrick Beverly over here causing havoc, huh?
Not bad.
The guy who Russell Westbrook said run around like a headless chicken at times.
Yeah. Well, he has a purpose. He's shutting people down. You can't explain it.
Yeah. In the top 10 though, Obi's hold on, he's not in the I said Obi, OG.
Oh,
Close
about
to
to say, I was like, Obi's in the
I
top
was
10.
like, Obi definitely not top 10. Definitely not top 10.
Nah, because I just read that Obi got #1 in pace. Like I just saw it, so it was on my mind. My bad.
Oh, well, that makes
yeah.
sense. #1 in pace makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But OG, I'm talking about. Yeah.
OG. Yeah.
I didn't see him.
Oh, you did not see him on the list.
Not on top 10.
Interesting. I feel like I saw him on the list like 2 weeks ago. I'll check again.
Yeah, the update because now it's only like 5 people there, I think.
Got you.
5 players on Minnesota up there.
Got you. Yeah, Minnesota. Yeah. I hear you. All right, good to know. I don't know if there's anything else that you guys want to talk about. Anything else that's on your mind?
Yes, I do. Really, Josh Hart is